everybody. I'm like in the middle of my no recording time pretty much because I had recorded stuff up front, so now I have time to just chill. But with live service games, sometimes they drop updates that you absolutely do not expect to see, and then you're like, I kind of have to talk about it before it like goes away because then I can no longer talk about it, and then all I will have is screenshots, and that's absolutely not enough. So I have been playing Guild Wars 2 for like 12 years now. And one thing with old MMOs is that what happens is that you kind of get used to that for the most part, like holiday events will be the same thing over and over again. Like they make them once, maybe modify them a little, but for the most part, they're just gonna be repetitive. This wasn't so like this April's 1st. This is the achievement window for bonus events, which is the April 1st events that run for a week. And by the time that this video is up, only a day will be remaining. When you do these events, what you get is Cat Cafe activation tokens. Where we are currently is in my house. So the basic premise is that you do events in order to get Cat Cafe activation tokens. Yes, this is what my house looks like. Very cool. I know, I designed it myself. It is absolutely stock full of furniture. I love it, and I especially love this very trippy giant head over here. I haven't done much with my kitchen, so this is where I set up the cat cafe. So this is where the kitties come in, but I'm already getting ahead of myself. This is just a really cool event, guys, and I really wanted to show it because I don't often get to just get excited about things. So this is Mirta just getting excited about a cool thing that's gonna be gone soon. So I need to talk about it right now. Hello everybody, this is Editing Mirta here. It is now Monday, the day when I was gonna release this video, and guess what? The developers did respond that the cafe will indeed persist after April Fools. So the full answer was, the cafe decorations will be permanently available and usable after the April Fools event ends, and you will find that there will be an option to keep serving your feline patrons. With April Fool's hijinks, just like with everything else, we're always listening to feedback. In other words, just like me getting super excited about Cat Cafe, there were a lot of people super excited about Cat Cafe, and they didn't want to see it gone. And now it won't be gone. So now I feel kind of foolish for making a very rushed video, but at the same time, it gets to capture my enthusiasm felt at the time, and I get to keep my cat cafe, so actually it is a win-win. While we are here, may we talk about one more thing? Which is this thing. You know what this thing is? It is a gold sink. You know how you get a gold sink? If you get enough potions bought with the credits that you get from running a cat cafe and exchange it together with 8 gold, you get a recipe for making a gold sink. You can also get the potions through buying them off the trade post, or you can get them through exchanging a more commonly available items, so people that can't do this event are not left out. They just have different approaches to getting this reward. Gold Sink costs 1,000 golds to craft. It's not unique. It has been in the game for like 5 years now, but it has been a guild decoration that tend to cost 10,000 gold to get. Now it just costs 1,000 gold to craft for your own home. 1,000 gold in Guild Wars 2 is a lot. It's like half a legendary at the moment, at the current economy. Most people don't get legendaries. Most people don't just play with thousands of gold. Some people know how to make gold, but that's not every people. So that is a lot of gold. But let's appreciate the genius for a bit. It is a gold sink, which in video game economy normally means a very expensive item or some sort of price for service that developers implement in order to take the infinitely generating money out of economy and balance the economy, but it is literally a gold sink. Which is just, it was like so peak comedy when I actually got it, and I wanted to share, but anyways, Back to the regular video now, editing Mirta out. What you do in this event is if you have a house, you need the most current expansion in order to have a house, which is like called homesteads. If you have a house, you can set up these like little marker lines which lead the kitties from like the teleporty place in onto your cat cafe. And you guessed it right, because you get cat cafe activation tokens, you use the tokens in order to activate the cat cafe. So let's just activate the cat cafe, because this is so incredibly cute, and this is precisely how you get Mirta. But actually you kind of got my whole guild, because everybody just like super wanted to serve and stare at cute cats. And I have a little ghosty helping me. There's several actually. Mostly because if my house is kind of a bit paranormal themed. And by this point I have 2 ghost waiters, so technically I don't need to help them, but sure as hell I am gonna help them. And currently I'm holding a whole barrel of water. There you go. You're thirsty? You can have some water. And I'll let my ghosties help you as well. And you just have water, you have food, and you have cat souvenir stations. And you give the cats what they want. A lot of cats want souvenirs right now, so let me just give them what they want. You get to keep the drinks, the food stations, the souvenir stations, and the chairs, even when the event ends. But you will no longer be able to spawn adorable little kitties sitting on your little event chairs that you need to serve. How cute is this? And actually, let me just turn up the sound. Because music! This is so incredibly adorable. As I have ghosties doing their thing, for the most part they should be able to handle this themselves. I'm not getting super swarmed by cats right now. You can effectively turn this up to 1,000. My vacuum is loud, and I hope that I don't ruin this beautiful, beautiful video. I'm sorry, I just can't stop staring at the kitties. You get to run a cat cafe! How cool is that? Let's just give the kitties some water. You're handing them a whole barrel of water, but don't pay any attention to that. I suppose that's just good service. Just drench your cats in water. Well, don't do that. Only do it if you're playing Guild Wars 2. But not your real cat. Now, mind you, these are supposed to be bots. But I have a skin for my bot that I've had for a very long time, so I'm getting little ghosties, and this somehow is making this even cuter. I feel like I'm competing with my own bots right now, though. And by the way, this is something that you can upgrade. Let's just give them food while we can. They can get angry and walk away if you take too long, and I don't want that to happen. I want satisfied cats, not sad cats. And they run in so adorably because they bought the upgrade that said that it gives them zoomies. Look at this cafe go! One of them is holding a broom and the other one is holding a barrel of water, so I'll let you take care of that. Yay! We got 69 profit from sales of water. And then you get cat cafe coins. And this is what you do. You go to the upgrades And you can install upgrade. For example, advertising. Gordon, collaboration, takes effect immediately upon receipt, or upgrading to water, drinks, upgrading to the souvenirs. And the idea is to just max out all of these upgrades, because what it gives you is a little achievement inside those achievements that we were already getting. See it? Business management achievement, taking the cat's coin achievement, those are tied towards the cozy cafe. And then for like the full reward, you get practically the most useless thing ever, a little bit. Well, apparently one of my guildies have a use for this, but you get invisible shoulder pads. A cloak given to you by the king of all cats, or an invisible cat cape wrapped around your shoulders. It's hard to say because you can't see it. So if I will preview it, it does nothing because currently I have my shoulder pads to off. Which is why I'm saying that it is a bit useless, because if we go to equipment, this is the shoulder pads. You can hide and unhide them. If I'm showing them, and then I clear preview, there I can see them. And I can still see them, apparently. God damn it. This does a lot of nothing, honestly. This does a lot of nothing. But anyway, I have it now. But it's not for the reward. It's not for the reward that I'm making this video. I'm making this video because the goddamn event is cool, okay? Just the fact that I can have my own cat cafe? Are you kidding me? My whole guild went crazy. And we've been playing this game for a while. I've been playing it on and off since like 2012. I don't care that this gives me nothing. Just let me serve the cute kitties. Let me run my little ghost cat empire, please. That's all I want in life. I don't want anything else but to just stare at the cute cats sitting on my chairs inside my cafe, because I can run a cat cafe. It gives me absolutely nothing, but I can run a cat cafe. And that's great. That is absolutely great and very creative. And I feel like I'm competing with my own bots, which is a bit weird. Like, I could just let them work, but I don't want to. I want to be useful. And that's where problems start. And by the time that this video releases, it's gonna be Monday. And because the update only lasts for 7 days, it will be gone on a Tuesday. But this is incredibly cute, and I feel like I absolutely had to share this. Because, my god, game, just let me run a cat cafe at all times for absolutely no reason, okay? We can even switch off all of the UI and just be staring at cats on chairs. This brings happiness to my heart. More games should do this. If you're an MMO and for some reason have not exercised your right to have a cat cafe yet, I think you should exercise your right to have a cat cafe. Because this is friggin' adorable. And I will do a lot of really weird shit for this, okay? Like, one of the achievements that we had to get in order to get more cat cafe tokens. Aw, that cat was upset. It waited for too long. Let me actually join in and start helping. I don't like that. I don't like upset cats. One of the achievements that we had to do in order to get more cat cafe tokens, because we wanted the maximum amount of cat cafe tokens just so that we can run this for as long as we can. I don't even know what I'm holding right now. Let me figure some shit out. Just give me a second. I swear I'm not dumb. One of the things was to run fractals, which is like a dungeon, while transformed into a choya. That has also brought my guild great happiness, because it's been just the 5 of us transformed into giant walking cacti, doing what is effectively another take on a dungeon like that. And you know what? That's a lot of fun. Because it is nonsense. It is utter nonsense, and all it does is it brings joy. All it does is it brings joy. And that's what I want out of my events. I want events to bring joy, and Guild Wars 2 has successfully given me joy, like 13 years after it was made, by just making this a thing. This is so creative, so much fun. It serves absolutely no reason, no purpose. I don't care. I wish that this was a permanent addition. That's all. That's all. That's literally all that I can say. Ooh, a golden Café pin. You can't really see accessories. And I have better accessories than that. So it literally does nothing for me. I don't want it because it's good loot. I want it because this is a cat cafe. Anyway, let me just show you. Yeah, this is how we ran dungeons, buddies. We ran dungeons. Well, we ran fractals, which is effectively just like a different type of dungeon. Looking like this. And if you run... Wonder if it's gonna do it now. Let me try dodging. There we go. You start rolling. When you dodge or when you like go sideways, all you do is like this roll thing. And it's always making this really bizarre noise. And your weapons are just floating in the air. And you know what? That is absolutely delightful. It's great. It does absolutely nothing good, but it's great. There are other kind of things that are great. For example, this is the Tall Tonic. It just makes everything on your screen appear like this. It does add some bonuses. Like, you get bonus to magic find and karma and gold from monsters and experience from kills, so technically, it does serve a purpose. But for the most part, the purpose is to be long. And to see everybody else as being long. That is its purpose. I'm perfectly fine with this. I know that I launched into a big rant. My whole point was, this has brought me a lot of joy. So, I just wanted to showcase to you what brought me a lot of joy. As this is a temporary event, it's gonna be going away quite soon. Which is sad, but that is the nature of temporary events. Normally, temporary events in old games are just rehashed temporary events that you have seen the last year. And the year before. And the year before. It's fine. It kind of creates a routine, honestly. You kind of know what to expect. Nobody super minds that. But ArenaNet in here just went ahead and decided that the best thing to do is to drop a whole ass cat cafe on us. Which has been the actually best thing to do. So that was highly unexpected. But very much appreciated. Thank you, game developers. This has brought Mirta a lot of joy. So let me just place my longest Sora on a chair in here. That's why the chairs are so far away, by the way, because otherwise when I dismount I might get stuck in the table. So in order not for that not to happen, I arranged the chairs so that actual players can use them. And as this has brought me a lot of joy, I want it to spread the joy to the world. And for us to have something else to talk about in the comment section rather than me just ranting about, look at all the cute kitties. When was the last time an MMO event brought you joy? Because there's some very wacky MMO events that happen, as evidenced by the Cat Café event in Guild Wars 2 for April Fools. I know that World of Warcraft has events, I know that RuneScape has events, so when was the last time an MMO brought you joy with a really unexpected, short-lived event that wasn't really significant, like loot-wise, maybe? That's not why you do them. You do them because they be fun, yo. So that is the question for the video today. Normal scheduling will resume. I do have other videos that are a lot less empty. But because a lot of my videos where I talk about video games end up just talking about video games kind of harshly or sometimes philosophically, or discussing the kind of parts that I would like to see differ or change, from time to time I intersperse that with videos where I just go, you know what, this just brought me joy, so I want you to see it, because it's just good, pure fun. And that is what video games are all about. So thank you for joining me on the Mirta Shows You the Cat Cafe video. I hope that I'm gonna see you on my other videos. If you like what you see, please subscribe. This channel does a variety of content, mostly gaming and streaming, and sometimes I do spirituality stuff, but sometimes I do spirituality stuff, and I feel like you should be made aware because that can be annoying for some people. So if you like what you see, I love seeing that number go up. And hopefully I get to see you on my other videos. Thank you for watching. Thank you my Patreon supporters for supporting me. And toodaloo for now.